Hello, everyone. Let's talk about American goats. So, who and what is American goats? We're a collaboration of goat producers and a digital marketing expert, and we're all passionate that the American goat industry continues to grow and thrive. We've got a cumulative background of over 40 years raising goats in the United States, and we're excited about creating more opportunities and new markets for goat farmers. As seed stock producers, what are we trying to do? Our core purpose is to produce the best possible animal of our breed to help the producers improve their herd. For Kikos, that's improved parasite resistance, mothering, weight gains, and efficiencies. And when our animals go out to production herds, we intend that the work we've put in will help those herds not have to deal with these problems. So, what are we talking about? If we don't make a change in our industry, we're going to face a decline in meat sales domestically, and that's going to cause a decline in the need for high quality seed stock. We also are going to have to face the realization that that's going to become irrelevant. It'll continue to shrink, jeopardizing our potential to contribute to our nation's food security and economy. We'll not be able to compete, and we'll be forced to abandon our dreams of raising goats. Kay and I really enjoy raising our goats, and we like what we do, and we want to continue doing that. So, where is our money going? Our livestock sale prices have declined over the last several years. Feed and expenses have increased. Now, that doesn't really impact the sale prices, but it definitely impacts our bottom line. The big thing that we've seen is more goat meat is being imported from Australia and other countries at a cheaper price. And COVID, and coming out of COVID, has revealed the dominance of the foreign imports. Australia has figured out how to take advantage of their feral goat population, take them to the processor, and export that meat to the United States. They don't have the same expenses that we do. They're mustering feral goats or wild goats, which allows them to avoid the expenses associated with farming. Their government is also supporting them to build farming training plans and practices. They've set aside funds to train their farmers to raise goats. They're giving their farmers tools and resources and training how to raise goats. They're already doing this. They're building the farming practices to run simultaneously with feral goat practices. If something should wipe out their feral goats, they're ready to go with farming. Australia sees the demand that we have in the United States, and so many of us really don't. If we review our annual prices and leave seasonality out of the thoughts for the moment, we see that whenever Australian imports increase, our prices tend to go down, and the other way around as well. If we think about seasonality, well, we all know that our prices are higher January through May, but if we look at those time frames year over year, January to May, it's decreasing. We're seeing our prices go down overall each year as these imports increase. How many farms have we seen get out of goats this year? Well, I can think of 4. On the next slide, we're going to see how imports versus domestic slaughter has gone on. Apply your own sale prices when you look at this. Looking back around 2007, 8, you'll see that crossover where domestic slaughter was higher than imports, and all of a sudden imports started climbing. About 2009, 2010, imports were above domestic slaughter, and they've stayed there. They kept going up, domestic slaughter kept going down. And think back about your own prices. What have they been doing for those time frames? We all got really happy right around 2019 and 2020 when we saw imports go way down and domestic slaughters go back up, and our prices looked great. We were all getting fat and happy. But then COVID cleared up and we came out of it, and look here at 2021. We'll have more data on 2022, 23, and 24 in a minute. We did want to show US is the pink here, the United States. We are the largest importer of goat meat from Australia. They're fully aware of that, and they're going to take advantage of it. From Meat and Livestock Australia, one of their websites, they're saying that Australia had a 2024 goat meat boom. Hey, it really went up for them. New goat meat exports have reached 51,000 tons shipped. The United States continues to be the largest market, and they're increasing their processing capacity, so they're prepared to send more here. And what that's going to do is the same thing it's been doing. It's going to decrease our prices. Some more from Meat and Livestock Australia. Australian goat meat export volumes grew 55% year on year in 2023. So from 22 to 23, a 55% increase. God, I wish my raises would do that. The U.S. remains the largest export market for Australian goat meat with 43% of the market share. So we are driving, as a country, we are driving Australia's goat economy. Down at the bottom, their top three markets. Top three goat meat export markets were the United States, China, and South Korea. China's overtaken Korea, and market share and export volumes to these three markets in 2023, the U.S. accounted for 43%, like we said a while ago. If we don't keep track of this and we don't get in front of it, what's going to happen is they're going to figure out how to make their volumes even more, and they're going to take the exports that we do have, like Japan, and we do export to China and the other places that we may export to. They're going to take over those markets, and we're not going to have exports either. So how is this really impacting us? Our prices are controlled by the dominance of the Australian imports. Cheaper consumer prices result in American goat producers seeing a decline in overall kid prices. Our primary options for commercial goats, which are the ones that as seed stock producers didn't make the quality that we feel was necessary, and we take those to sale barns and bulk buyers. Those guys are getting lower prices due to these Australian imports, and those prices affect our bottom line. So what has American Goats been doing for the past few years? We've got a proven track record of proactive engagement in getting funding and driving industry development. The Virginia Tech University has done some studies, and Circle W Ranch was included in them as the only goat producer in those studies. American Goats has also participated in the ARC, the Appalachian Regional Commission's planning grant. April and James Wilson, Amanda Webbs, Charles and Sherry Reese, and Dean Hill Kikos collaborated on this grant submission. That project successfully advanced to the third round. So when do we need to act? Well, we better do it immediately. American Goats is working with politicians to share information with them regarding the impact imported meat's having on U.S. farmers. We're working to get assistance in the form of grants, so we can build tools, educational resources to help domestic goat farmers compete. We're working with the American health industry to share the benefits of goat meat. So many people don't understand goat meat is actually nutritionally better than chicken. We're also in the planning stages of obtaining a grant to study the needs for education and training this year to benefit the goat industry. Along with that, we're already developing training for new farmers so we can grow the industry. More new farmers means more new goat herds, and they need new seed stock to drive those herds. All these things working together will improve profitability for American goat farmers. By supporting American goats, you are helping to support all goat farmers, not just yourself, which is obviously a key point for all of us, but you're protecting our investments and hard work. You know, Kay and I spend a lot of time working with our goats. We're busting ice, we're building fences, we're clearing land. We work a lot for our goats, and we've got a lot of investment in it. You'll also be helping to bring awareness to the American goat industry. It's a deep source of pride for all of us. I think all of us are really proud of what we do, otherwise we wouldn't be here. You can make your voice heard. Contact your local and federal and state lawmakers and ask them for fair trade practices. You can find form letters at AmericanGoats.com that you can download, fill in your name, address, and your farm name and a little bit more information, and send it to these lawmakers. If you don't know who to send it to, we've got lists on the website, and if you can't find the right person for your region or your district, let us know and we'll find that person for you and let you know. Just send us an email. Follow American Goats on Facebook and Twitter for the latest updates and news. Sign up to receive email updates from American Goats. We're not going to spam you. We're not going to blast you with a whole bunch of emails. We're just going to send out occasional things to let you know what's going on and different articles and news entries that we find. We couldn't resist adding this one. It's from March 11, 2025, yesterday. Meat and Livestock Australia is pushing really hard on this stuff. They keep gaining. So their article, What Australia Can Learn from the U.S. Goat Meat Market. Record-breaking 22,500 tons of goat meat shipped to the United States, and America remains the largest goat meat market for Australia. The demand for goat meat has nearly doubled from 2023 to 24, and this presents an opportunity for Australian goat producers to learn about what's influencing consumption. We agree, and we believe that American goat producers need to take the time to learn what's influencing consumption as well. We're all very aware that cultural diversity is one of the key factors driving the market. It's frequently used in Indian, Caribbean, and Mexican cuisines, and they say this offers a chance for goat meat to become more mainstream. We agree with that as well. Goat meat has been considered a niche product. We need to move it into the mainstream. Current market insights suggest that the largest barrier to goat meat consumption in the U.S. is the lack of consumer familiarity and knowledge of how to cook the protein. I think we've all seen this too, but we really need to put some effort into getting this into the American public's eyes. We've got Cheryl Zuckschwert coming in to the Sika sale to show us how she looks at a goat, how she determines how much meat she's likely to get out of it, and how to make the cuts. Cheryl has her own market already and is doing very well in the Atlanta region. I think we would all do very well to listen to her and take her key points and try to understand how to do this with the American public. So you saw all the little reference marks on those things. This last slide gives you links to it. You can certainly try to type these things in if you dare to, or go to AmericanGoats.com, download this presentation, and you can click on these links. Thanks for listening, guys. We really appreciate it.